This past summer, the community of Notre Dame University and the world of college basketball were shocked by the frightening automobile accident involving All-American guard David Rivers. Rivers, who has worked his way back from a brutal stomach injury, is hoping to regain the form that made him one of the most spectacular and exciting players in all of college basketball. The junior star from New Jersey says he has a better appreciation of life since the near tragic incident, and Notre Dame will need all of his courage tonight as he leads the Fighting Irish against Indiana and their dynamic All-American guard Steve Alford. Alford is one of the top outside shooters in the game, and this year may be even more dangerous with the new three-point shot. His coach, Indiana's Bob Knight, is once again considered the front-runner for the Big Ten championship, while counterpart Digger Phelps hopes for a better front line in '87. So tonight, it's Digger Phelps and Bobby Knight hoping to answer some questions about their '87 seasons as they represent two of the proudest traditions in college basketball. Notre Dame and Indiana meeting for the 50th time in their history on the network for college basketball, ESPN. Tim Brando and Dick Vitale back at the Athletic and Convocation Center. Steve Alford will certainly be a key tonight, and how they defense him is something we'll watch for early, Dick.
What a great free throw shooter. You don't want to put him on the line, and he learned from a great teacher. His dad, Sam, led the nation when he played in college at a small school, Franklin, and his dad also coached one of the best free throw shooters in basketball, now with the Celtics, Jerry Seasting at Martinsville High School in Indiana.
Our officials tonight are John Welmer, Roger Paramore, and John Carr. Notre Dame is in white, trimmed in the Irish blue and green. Indiana in the crimson.
The officials are from the Mid-American Conference, Timmy. They're not from the Big Ten Conference. Notre Dame uses the Mid-American and sometimes the ACC officials.
Tap is controlled by Notre Dame, and David Rivers will bring it up as Indiana sets up its defense. Scott Hicks finding Stevenson. He can shoot well. We'll watch for that early. Both he and Hicks are streaky shooters.
Unbelievable. Right now, Indiana in a zone, which is usually a no-no by Bob Knight. I'm shocked. The 2-3 zone by Indiana. That is an absolute surprise.
Hicks won't go. Hillman brings it down and remarkably controlled his dribble there.
If he would have stood up, it would have been a walking violation, but as long as he kept his presence on the floor, he was able to make the pass without a violation.
Scott Hicks has picked up Alford and the Irish man-to-man. There he is inside the paint area, and there's a foul, the end result against Hicks.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Digger Phelps utilize a diamond in one or a box in one as we watch Mr. Intensity himself, and there is Richard Digger Phelps. One thing very similar about both coaches, they both came from the East 15 years ago. This is their 16th year. Digger from Fordham University and Bob Knight from West Point.
They started the same year. The first time these two teams met, it was 94-29 Indiana. Digger Phelps had two football players on the team at that time. The following season, Phelps came back, only lost by 2, and the two have really gone toe-to-toe ever since.
You talk about a dedicated athlete, Tim. This guy shoots over 300 foul shots a day during the summer in the gymnasium by himself in Bloomington, Indiana. Mr. Dedication, a real true credit to the term student athlete.
A minute gone. 2-0 Indiana.
2-3 zone. I am shocked. I have never seen in all my years of following basketball Indiana zone defensively.
Hicks looking inside. You have to wonder how Notre Dame might be reacting to all of this. They have to be as surprised as everyone else here.
Well, the reason for the 2-3 zone, I really believe, not only the surprise, but to take away the great penetration ability of David Rivers.
Royal loses it inside. Nice play there by Darryl Thomas. And now Alford runs the 2-on-1 with Smart, and it's taken away by Rivers.
This is Rivers at his best in the open court. There's nobody better in the open court.
Scott Hicks would have counted had it gone, and the foul on Indiana.
Both clubs are really playing 3 guards right now, even though Stevenson is playing the small forward slot. Here's Rivers now in the open court out of St. Anthony's, Jersey City, has great vision on the floor, usually wants to take the ball to the goal. There's the bump right there. Hicks goes to the foul line. It's going to be really interesting to see if David Rivers can take the kind of physical pounding and play this game 35, 38 minutes and be productive. Remember, he's only practicing for a veteran in about 2.5 weeks.
Dean Garrett picked up the foul. We mentioned him at the top as well. The play inside is going to be so important for Indiana tonight. Garrett, one of the junior college players. I can't recall when Bob Knight had 2 JC players that were starting in a game, though he was forced into this with the loss of Callaway. It's 2-1 as Hicks connects on one of the 2 free throws. Keith Smart, good move past Fultz. And it's 4-1 Indiana.
Keith Smart with tremendous quickness. He comes out of junior college. Bob Knight really believes he's got Ricky Green quickness, the super guard who played for the University of Michigan when Michigan in 1977 were ranked #1 in the country most of the year.
They're swinging it around now to Rivers. Good pass to Royal.
Excellent play by Digger Phelps' team. Really well drilled against the zone. They get it down into the gap, and here we have that tradition.
A tradition that I think you don't like, if memory serves correctly here.
I voiced my opinion on this a few times, but I promise to be a good guy today.
They're happy to see basketball get underway. Digger Phelps lost in his first game, the NIT Coca-Cola Invitational to Western Kentucky. Indiana's only outing the other night. They bombed Montana State 90-55. It's 4-3 Hoosiers with 2.5 minutes gone here from the ACC. Thomas followed his own shot, and it's 6-3 Indiana.
He's an excellent driving player, really attacks the glass. He's an outstanding athlete around the basket.
And they stayed with that 2-3 zone.
Another reason for the 2-3 zone, Notre Dame is not a great perimeter shooting team, so he believes they're going to force him out there.
Last touched by Thomas. Notre Dame will have it underneath. Thomas, 6'7" senior from Westchester, Illinois.
Same high school that produced a fair player that wore an Indiana uniform by the name of Isaiah Thomas.
Rivers in three-point land, dared by Thomas again. The nice pass to Royal.
Hey, Donald Royal showed he's very active inside. Has a lot of similarities of Orlando Woolridge, who came from Louisiana and starred here for Notre Dame before now going to the NBA.
There's a push-off on Post. He got caught that time against Dean Garrett. You mentioned Royal. They'd like to see him get more physical. He's been a finesse player for most of his career, but now with the loss of that front line, he's got to get big and physical.
Well, losing Tim Kempton and losing Dolan, Notre Dame has gone from a power team to a quick team.
Alford with some problems, but he finally gets it to Garrett on the count of 5. And there's Rivers with the pickpocket out. It will belong to Notre Dame.
That's the part of basketball that absolutely frustrates a perfectionist like Bob Knight. He believes every time you come down the floor, he wants to see the good shot. He wants to see offensive efficiency, and that kind of basketball totally disturbs the master.
We've seen Hicks bring it up. Now we see Stevenson as they try to find Rivers along each baseline for the outside jumper. So far, he's made the good pass to Royal. He has not taken the three-point shot. Stevenson baseline with a rainbow. And a foul underneath Hillman and Royal, and it will be Hillman that picks up the personal. He didn't exactly like it, Dick.
They're inside, very active inside. Now comes the shot off the glass. Look at him pushing inside.
Hillman may have had a point there.
Yeah, Hillman is a guy playing the guard slot who was a big scorer in high school from out of California, and now he's gone to the role of the playmaker.
Indiana leads it by 1, but the Fighting Irish have done well the last 2 times down, getting the ball inside to Donald Royal. Certainly the shot clock not a factor to this juncture. Stevenson off the iron, and it's taken out of there by Keith Smart.
They're giving Notre Dame that wing jump shot. Look at that quickness.
Oh, and he got a kind roll from the iron that time, and it's 8-5 Indiana.
He's got a great step to the basket. What a story he is. He was 5'3" in high school his junior year, Keith Smart. Watch this quickness right now. He puts a burst of speed. I mean, he makes Carl Lewis, like, with that ball, look like Refrigerator Perry. Look at him explode to the basket.
We've played nearly 4 minutes. It's 8-5, and Indiana has stayed in that zone. And Digger Phelps Well, you know his jaw is on the floor of the Convocation Center, seeing Knight come out with his defense.
He's matching up out of it also, trying to play a man in the area of the floor as opposed to playing just an area.
Close. He's not an offensive factor. Now Connor in the game. He's got a good outside shot. Notre Dame bangs the boards. Garrett touched it, but so did Bose, and Indiana gets it.
Good move by Digger Phelps to bring Sean Connor in. He's noted to be an outstanding stationary shooter.
15:41 remains. Indiana leads by 3.
The Maglite flashlight. We could go on and on why Maglite is one of the world's most durable flashlights. Or we could just hit it with a Mack truck.
With rugged all-wheel drive and better handling than ever, the new Subaru Outback gets you closer to nature without getting in the way of nature. When you get it, you get it.
See your local Subaru dealer for information on financing as low as 0.9% APR.
The most powerful game system has the best holiday offer. Now get an Xbox, Sega GT, and Jet Set Radio Future for $199.99. 2 free games, $100 value, and an Xbox, all for just $199.99. Rated E to T.
For a great deal this holiday, there's no power greater than it.
The world's only personalized razor with 9 adjustable comfort settings. New Norelco Spectrum. Set it for comfort.
This is the sound. These are the results. Can you feel it? Can you hear it? This is the sound of the PowerFlex by Gold's Gym, the authority since 1965. Gold's Gym gives you one powerful machine with 65 club-quality exercises and up to 410 pounds of resistance to build muscle, define muscle, lose fat, all in just 6 weeks or less to get you the body you've always wanted, guaranteed. The secret to the PowerFlex begins with the swivel flex pulleys that provide you with free range of motion so you can move from one exercise to the next safely. Next, Power Stroke Resistance simulates the natural movement of your muscles and allows you to move from 10 to 410 pounds of resistance with one simple stroke. It's this awesome combination that gives you those ripped abs and more chiseled arms, legs, chest, and back. If you want to look like this, then you need this. PowerFlex, the Gold's Gym technology breakthrough. Call now for free information about how you can get the Gold's Gym PowerFlex in your home for as little as $49 a month. With the Gold's Gym PowerFlex, you get the lat tower, the multi-position bench, hip strap, rowing seat, ankle strap, handles, and space saver design. Be one of the first callers, and you'll get the Gold's Gym PowerFlex leg developer for stronger legs and shapelier hips and thighs. A $200 value, absolutely free. You'll also get a workout poster showing you all 65 club-quality exercises. Our gift to you. Don't pay $2,000 for a home gym that won't get you authentic Gold's Gym results. This is the machine. These are the results. Can you feel it?
Call 1-800-700-0857 to get the Gold's Gym PowerFlex in your home for as little as $49 a month. That's 1-800-700-0857. Call now.
2 Western Conference rivals, one unbelievable ending. If you missed the Lakers' thrilling comeback against the Mavericks, here's your chance to see this instant classic. 9 p.m. Friday, only on ESPN Classic. 1954.
There's a long drive, way back, get him.
Classic.
We watch a little clinic right now on how to move without the ball. Watch number 10 Hicks playing Alford. Alford, constant motion. Now he kicks the ball, he keeps moving, making it very difficult to defend. In fact, he's reminiscent as he takes the ball to the goal of a guy that played at Princeton University, who's now a U.S. Senator, played for the New York Knickerbockers. He was the ball. Senator Bill Bradley.
The shot selection is emblematic of Bob Knight teams. He has to like that.
He told me today, he said about the three-point play, he's so against it, it's incredible. He told his players in 1982, when they voted 9-1 in the Big Ten to put it in, he was the only guy to object. He said, don't shoot one in December, but I'm going to teach him a lesson. He said, Dick, I taught him a lesson. He said, I took Whitman, I put him on one side. I took on the other side Kitchell. We won the Big Ten. The following year, I figured, let me come in now and tell him I want it. So I said I wanted it. They voted it out 9-1. He said, I was glad to see it go.
23-14, Indiana by 9. Remember now, a big portion of this game, the story has to be the zone defense employed by Indiana at the top of the game. There's a steal, and Rivers has a 3-on-2, but look at the Hoosiers get back on defense.
Over Joe. Nice pass, throwing it right over the top of the defense. That's a tremendous pass as a coaching move. They designed that in practice. Credit that deuce to Mr. Phelps.
Hicks now has 5. It's 23-16. Indiana's largest lead was 11.
Hicks is really playing all for tough, though. Anything Steve gets, he is going to absolutely earn.
Keith Smart against Rivers.
Not a good shot. That's not a Bob Knight system. Bob leans back in his chair. He'll make a substitution. He will not tolerate that kind of play. That is junior college play at its best.
Stevenson. Post will pick up the foul. He went up the back of Todd Meyer, and they'll have to separate them now. Incidental contact by Vos that upset Meyer a bit because he stayed with it. Vos picked up the foul, and it was automatic. Digger Phelps is giving Stevenson some urgence for good play. There's Bob Knight. Here's the battle underneath.
Now watch these two guys go at it. You see the little head fake, the move to the goal, and now the battle begins. It's the war on boards, and they go at it. And Vos and Meyer. And Meyer says, take it easy. And Meyer, oh, he wants to come up fighting. He says, hey, I'm tough. Look at him. What a heavyweight battle that would be.
Debris being thrown out onto the court now.
Bobby Knight didn't waste time getting Smart out of the game, did he? He just took him off the floor. He's not going to tolerate that kind of play.
Alford does it all. He even sweeps the floor and on the road.
I knew Bob would make that substitution because, believe me, that's not part of his system. That was junior college play at its best by Smart. But remember, in all fairness to Keith, this is his first indoctrination to big-time college basketball in an environment like this.
Dave Miner is coming to the game for him, and you see Meyer now at the line.
Bob says that Dave Miner, if they had to rate their players on court intelligence, and for a new kid, he would rate to the top of the list. He makes great decisions, both offensively and defensively.
Indiana has not missed at the line. They're 6 of 6, and they lead it now by 9.
They're sitting in that 2-3 zone. They're giving him that wing jump shot.
Also taken Donald Royal out of the game, and there's Alford with the easy one.
That's the easiest basket Steve will get all night long.
But it was the pass to Royal that was intercepted, and it was that inside pass to Royal that was there at the outset of the game.
Hillman, a red shirt from out of Glendale, California, playing some good defense, played at Hoover High School. He doesn't have a lot of quickness, but he's just a solid player. Does everything in a Bob Knight system, number 44.
Vos, partially blocked by Meyer, taken away by Garrett.
Last 2 possessions, Notre Dame has come down and has not gotten a shot, Tim.
Paddock will soon come into the game for Notre Dame.
Now they got David Rivers playing Steve Alford. Quickness, 2 All-Americans. What talent right there, going head-to-head. Not a good shot again. Notre Dame is really doing a better job defensively, forcing Indiana to take some really poor shots.
Hicks was in position, but Rivers missed him by a step or 2, and that may be a part of that timing problem that these guys are having now, with David Rivers just really getting into the flow after that nearly tragic incident that occurred back on August the 24th, that automobile accident with both he and Ken Barlow. And David says, I've grown from that. I appreciate life far more now than ever before.
He's one of a family of 16 brothers and sisters.
Hillman.
Nice move by Hillman. An excellent cut without the ball. Something you can always expect from an Indiana basketball team. Movement without the ball. An absolute lost art in most individual players.
Things are not going Digger Phelps' way. His team is now down by the unlucky number of 13 with 5:46 to play.
Here you go, sir. Domino's new Buffalo Chicken Kickers.
Wow, real baked chicken delivered right to my door. You must be pulling my leg.
No, sir. That would be your dog.
Introducing Domino's Pizza Buffalo Chicken Kickers. Tender cuts of all-white chicken breast with a kick of spicy buffalo flavor baked through and through. 10 pieces for $5.99.
Man, that's good chicken.
Get the door and get a kick out of dinner tonight. Now get an order of Cinesticks free when you buy a large one-topping pizza for $9.99.
The life of a legend, the price of victory. Friday on ESPN Classic.
He believed that players played best when driven to the edge.
The premiere of Sports Century Paul Bear Bryant. And Saturday on ESPN.
We're going to work now.
ESPN Original Entertainment presents The Junction Boys. Sports Century Paul Bear Bryant. Friday, 8 p.m. on ESPN Classic. The Junction Boys. Saturday, 9 p.m. on ESPN.
They were four guys going nowhere until a dream took them on the road to glory. Dennis Quaid in a real classic, Breaking Away. 9 Eastern Sunday on ESPN Classic.
Two Western Conference rivals, one unbelievable ending. If you missed the Lakers' thrilling comeback against the Mavericks, here's your chance to see this instant classic. 9 p.m. Friday, only on ESPN.
Did you know there is now a safe and natural way to control all of your PMS and menopause symptoms? If you or someone you love is suffering from symptoms like hot flashes, mood swings, low energy, night sweats, depression, low sex drive, severe menstrual cramps, bloating, headaches, or even weight gain, there is hope and relief with a 100% herbal formula from the Mediterranean that has just been released in North America called Awareness Female Balance. Female Balance is clinically proven to be safe and is now featured in the physician's desk reference for symptoms associated with PMS and menopause. So call and order now. Most women see results within the first 24 hours.
Female Balance has stopped the hot flashes.
I've had 2 cycles since I started taking it, and they're actually normal, I think, for probably the first time in 18 years.
The mood swings stopped.
Headaches gone. My hot flashes have almost diminished completely.
I'm a good person, my husband said.
No more cramps. No more headaches.
So pick up the phone and call now.
Dead.
Tim Brando and Dick Vitale from the Athletic and Convocation Center, Indiana, leading Notre Dame 29-16 in the first half.
We take a look right now. Watch 44 Hillman cut without the ball. David Rivers stares at the ball. Look at 24. Darryl Thomas comes up, lays a screen. That's called in basketball the shuffle cut. Nobody rotates over, but Rivers made a major mistake. He looked and stared at the basketball. You must midpoint when playing a guy without the ball. Midpoint means simply pick a point within the middle of the player that has the ball and the guy you're guarding, and watch both.
Hillman is another one of those typical Bob Knight players. Oh yeah, you gotta send the check, Mom.
Center.
And it's holiday time. But Hillman is one of those players, Dick, that typifies Bob Knight basketball. Not the greatest of talent, but he gives you exactly what you want as a coach for 40 minutes.
They're getting some great talent next year with Lyndon Jones and Jay Edwards from Marion High School in Indiana. Both outstanding, rated by Van Coleman's report and Larry Donald's Basketball Times, and a top 10 at the point guard and second guard position.
Dave Miner got the call as the pass went inside to Donald Royal. You get the sense that Notre Dame has tried to force the ball into Royal a bit tonight. Last couple of times down the floor, it's forced turnover.
I tell you, I'm totally surprised about the zone. I would have bet my last dollar that no Bob Knight team would come out here and play zone defense.
You talked to him for 45 minutes today. He didn't tell you, huh?
He was just giving me a real State of the Union address on all of college basketball. And he said, get rid of the three-point play was one of the major topics.
Connor.
He's a good shooter. Our scouting report said that 33 has great range as a shooter.
He sometimes can be a liability defensively, and against Indiana, you'd think that they'd be running a man-to-man, so he'd perhaps not be a factor, but with the zone, he has become a factor. Donald Royal picks up the foul.
They got to get the ball to Royal. Royal's got to give him some big numbers on the inside. They need productivity out of Royal because he's an outstanding athlete. He possesses the quickness and the talent to be a big baseline scorer.
We're in the 1-and-1s now. Hillman at the line. That's the first miss at the free throw line by Indiana tonight.
He's got to step up and shoot the little jumper too.
Rivers, he took steps prior to the shot.
He lifted his pivot foot, and I really have a point of emphasis on that this year. I've seen it in the last 7 games that I've done. It's quiet here, too. Indiana's done a great job of quieting the crowd, and that usually happens. It relates to the scoreboard.
Alford running the point. They've used him everywhere, swinging around the perimeter along the baseline. There he is right there. He forced that one up a bit. Connor took it away. It was an air ball. Scott Hicks hasn't gotten cranked up.
There's the zone. You move with the movement of the basketball. You do not play a specific man.
That's the guy they want to have.
Oh, nice pass. Good move by Hicks on the baseline. Left hand, reverse, lays it on the glass.
Well, it seems once Royal gets the ball, something good happens that time he made the pass.
Well, he attracts people. Anytime he touches the ball, it's going to free a teammate.
29-20, Indiana with 4:25 left in the first half. Thomas, good move, and there's Rivers to pick it up.
Now here's Rivers right now looking for the opening in the defense, but Indiana gets all 5 people back quickly.
They're back in the man-to-man now. Hicks with a good first step, and he draws the foul from Minor, his second since coming into the game.
Digger's really attacking the baseline with Hicks. He's really performing well on a baseline. I saw a real dandy performer on a baseline, a real flyer through the sky, a skywalker by the name of Roy Marble in Iowa. And Indiana will really get a look at a fine Iowa team this year.
It's a great Big Ten season.
Oh, I think the Big Ten, Gene Katie down the road, is ready to embark and become a star in coaching. I think Purdue, don't get mad at me, Tarkanian, I think Purdue's the best team in the United States of America.
And we'll have Gene Katie in our studios on Friday night of that Memphis State UNLV game. There's Royal taking the alley-oop, and Hillman gets the foul.
That's a good pass to execute. North Carolina State with Quentin Jackson and Tavian Binns executed that 3 times against the Naval Academy. You sneak someone right behind. Now take a look right now. He sneaks right behind the front. There he is, right behind the back 3, and they throw the ball on top, and he gets fouled on a play.
That's the second foul against Hillman, and it's the 7th foul against Indiana, so now Notre Dame shoots the bonus.
It's important that the back line communicates and talks to each other whenever a guy is playing offense behind the 3, and they have to really make the adjustment in terms of the movement of a player on a baseline.
Notre Dame has been abysmal from the free throw line in the first half.
They're not a good shooting basketball team. They really don't have that square their body and shoot it with the talent and the ability of Steve Alford in terms of, I'm not saying they have to be like Steve Alford, but they don't have that kind of where they square their bodies and have that good release.
They've been outscored by 6 points at the charity stripe so far, and Indiana leads it by 9, so that tells you something. There's Thomas. Good spin inside the lane for Darryl Thomas.
A little 360 spin by Thomas. Notre Dame has a lot of athletes, and athletes want to be able to utilize their speed and quickness in the 94 feet, but Indiana's taken the 94 feet right away by getting back defensively. That's
Scott Hicks. Donald Royal.
That's Donald Royal at his best. Active inside, quick. I really like Donald Royal. I think he's one of the Rip Van Winkle players in America. He's a kid gets no ink at all.
31-22. Hoosiers with 3 minutes left in the first half.
They've really quieted down Steve Alford. He hasn't shot a jump shot in the last 5 minutes.
Smart to Alford. Nice play, and the foul. The end result, Paddock down low. Appeared to be the guilty party. Another example of Alford away from the ball.
Now here he is, motion without the ball. He's constant poetry of motion. Look at him. He runs those little dip moves. He runs people. He ran his man right into his screen, lays it up on the glass. They want the deuce to count. I thought the hand went underneath the rim, and that should have counted. Went through the cylinder. You can't touch or interfere in that cylinder or that net when the ball is above it.
Stevenson now comes into the game for Notre Dame. Let's take another look at this, Dick. Watch the hand go through the net right here.
Well, Bob Knight's upset about it, and I thought I definitely saw the hand go through. Now watch this. Here goes Alford, lays it up. Now look at Paddock's hand. I mean, there's no doubt about it. That goal should have counted.
Alford, boy, is he putting on a clinic here for his coach. 4 of 6 from the floor. He has 13 points. He hasn't missed at the line. And he's hit the only three-pointer of the game for either club.
Put these in the book right now. Don't waste time. You keeping score. Why wait? I used to tell it to Jim Simpson with Chris Mullen. Don't waste time when these guys go to the free throw line. You guys keeping stats.
Oh, wait a minute. Dan Fabian over here, my statistician, is giving me all this information. I got to make good use of it.
It's automatic. He's got such a pure release.
That's why we've got these guys on the clock, Dick. We got to use them. It's 33-22, Indiana.
Guys are counting on me.
Gotta go.
Just one night.
Just one night.
Nice pants. Nice pants.
Nice pants.
Hi.
Nice pants. What have they been?
Presenting Dockers Go Khaki with Stain Defender. See? Rated E for everyone. NBA 2K3.
When it comes to cutting jobs, finding the right tool when you need it can be a job in itself. That's why you need the Craftsman Professional AccuCut 3-in-1 cutter, only from Sears, and now on sale for $19.99. The AccuCut combination cutter is a basic for any home toolbox. Its stainless steel blade cuts through tough household materials cleanly and easily. Retract the anvil and it becomes a razor-sharp utility knife, just right for slicing and scoring. Its titanium-coated wire cutter works on most types of wire, too. Now there's one powerful tool that does it all. Clips plastic, slices through cardboard, and cuts wire as easy as 1, 2, 3. Right now, save $10. The AccuCut makes a great gift at only $19.99. And like other Craftsman hand tools, it's guaranteed forever, so you'll always have the right tool for the job.
To order your Craftsman AccuCut 3-in-1 cutter, have your Sears card or other major credit card ready and call 1-800-718-6677. That's 1-800-718-6677.
Going to the airport? Hey, Bill, you stayed here too? Yeah, want to share a cab? Deal. All right. Great hotel. Yeah, pricey though. Wasn't that bad. Yeah, if you're a CEO. Why? What did you pay? Here's my bill. I didn't pay nearly that. Not even half. You got ripped.
Hey, buddy, I can get you a great deal on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Save up to 70% on hotels worldwide. Hotels.com. The best prices at the best places, guaranteed.
We had to do hardly any paperwork when we got our mortgage.
We refinanced our home.
And the rate we got was even lower than our banks.
We needed an addition, and Quicken Loans okayed our home equity loan fast.
Call this toll-free number now and find out why Quicken Loans is the easiest way to get a home loan.
Hi, I'd like information about a mortgage.
With Quicken Loans, you can check on your loan online.
The appraisal is done.
That was fast. And your loan consultant is always available every step of the way.
Sure. And here's my pager number. Call me anytime.
Quicken Loans. This year alone, we provided over $6.5 billion in home loans across America. Call us now and get your loan from a name you trust. From low rates on mortgages to home equity loans, Quicken Loans can save you time and money. Quicken Loans, the easiest way to get your home loan. Call or visit us online now.
All right, Bob, thank you. 33-22, Indiana leading Notre Dame. You see the time remaining. Dick Vitale has joined yours truly, Tim Brando, for this one. And Dick, you had a chance to visit with Bob Knight earlier today, and I know you guys disagree very few times, but you did disagree about one of his great teams.
I thought the greatest team in the history of basketball has been the 1976 team that went undefeated, won the national championship with Buckner, and they had the great play of Scott May and Ken Benson in the middle, and I thought they were outstanding with Wilkerson and also Abernathy. He said, no, 75. He said, our 75 team, if Scott May doesn't get hurt, they lost one game. You had the same players there, but you had John Laskowski and Steve Green. I still say 76. And you know, UCLA's had some great teams too.
Alford forced the turnover that time. David Rivers didn't really agree, but he'll go back and play some defense now.
We haven't seen the real David Rivers, and I don't think it's because of his accident. I really believe it's because of the fact that the tempo right now has been controlled by Indiana. And David really would like to go coast to coast with the ball, but they just can't seem to get it out to him off the glass and really get their breaking gear.
That was a rare miss by Alford, and he followed it up with a foul. That's his first. We'll go back and shoot 1-and-1s the other way. Turnovers in this game. Notre Dame has turned it over 6 times, and you go back and you look at Rivers. Sometimes he's moving at one speed, and the rest of his team is moving at another, and that's something they have to get used to, even if Rivers is a healthy David Rivers.
You don't mind a David Rivers turning the ball over, though, because he's so aggressive with the ball, and he's going to turn it over occasionally. But you know, Tim, I was talking about the fast break. There really are 3 phases to being an effective running team. Phase 1 starts with the rebound, and Notre Dame is not rebounding that well. Number 2, it starts with attacking area where you create and you get your advantage. And number 3, your conversion. And right now, they're just not able to get many fast break opportunities.
And the problems at the line continue after Paddock missed for Notre Dame.
Alford uses the ball fake really well, where he fakes with that ball.
Paddock altered that shot, may have blocked it somewhat, and that really disgusts Darryl Thomas, who is usually on the other end of that spectrum.
Digger's greatest asset as a coach, I really believe, is a bench coach. He does a fine job during the course of a game. He knows how to work the officials, and he knows how to change to the system or to the adjustment to the game. He makes adjustments throughout his career. He's got some big numbers, over 300-some wins since he's been here at Notre Dame.
Joe Frederick has entered the game now for the Fighting Irish. Number 3, a freshman from Cincinnati. That's him with a nice pass to Royal inside. That was automatic earlier in the game. Now Connor loses it to Smart.
Watch the speed.
Oh, and he lost it. David Rivers really intimidated him that time.
Well, the problem with Keith Smart, he hasn't learned yet how to play under control and hasn't learned how to use his great speed. But he will, playing for Knight.
Alford off the screen from Meyer. Paddock has a load of rebounds in this game since coming in for Vos off the bench.
He's been very effective in there, Paddock. A very active player and a very strong player.
And Smart picks up a foul that was not a Smart one.
That's Roger Perrymore making the call.
Bob Knight knows it, and we'll talk to him
about it.
Hey,
Hugs. Now, who said Bob Knight's so tough? He's like a teddy bear. If people would only realize all the good things this guy does for so many people, it's amazing. I mean, he absolutely, if you're going to be a Bob Knight fan, you talk about loyalty, will he go to bat for you? Believe me, he will. He just hates to lose. I've never seen a man in my life who hates to lose as much as the General.
1:26 left in the half. Boy, they are now 2 of 8 as a team at the line, and Rivers has missed his 3rd of the night. 33-22, Indiana by 11.
Big possession. They should try to get Alford off a screen and try to get him the jump shot.
Half of this margin for Indiana is because of the problems Notre Dame has had at the free throw line.
They're really leaning on Alford. I mean, he's mugging him inside. I mean, they're absolutely mugging him. That's not intelligent, because now you're putting him on a foul line, and that's like giving him a deuce. Now watch this right now. I mean, Joe Frederick is mugging him, number 3. He's a freshman. He says, Alford, I heard all about you when you were playing. And Alford said, what is this guy doing? Doesn't he know I'm an All-American?
Digger Phelps didn't seem to mind. He's telling Frederick, get on him, stick with him like glue, and if that means hacking him a couple of times, fine.
And it means put another deuce in the book, just like an automatic basket.
16 points now for Alford. But the problem is when you're a freshman, you perhaps sometimes mug a guy and the referee see it. An older guy would get all over him and perhaps locate himself in a position where the officials would have problems picking up the foul.
They're in that 2-3 zone.
Nice.
Inside the Paddock. Great eye contact. See, they had eye contact with each other, and that play is available in attacking the zone. North Carolina State executes that play as well as anyone in America.
There's a foul. Paddock inside. Boy, he made a nice play on the offensive end. Just picked up the foul. They're actually calling Royal with that one rather than Paddock.
Bob certainly gets up. Now watch the eye contact. Sneaks right behind. No communication between Meyer and Thomas. And there's the easy bucket. And Mr. Paddock says, hey, I didn't know it was going to be this easy in major college. I did this down in Plantation, Florida.
Tony Jackson coming into the game now for the Fighting Irish, replacing Donald Royal, who just picked up an ill-advised 3rd foul with just 43 seconds left to play in the first half. They'll need him down the stretch.
Jackson's from out of Connecticut, Weston, Connecticut. Those are the kind of kids that they have to keep home. Jim Calhoun's got to keep those Connecticut kids at the University of Connecticut. And they had a tough loss this year, losing Chris Watts to Ricky Pitino in Providence, a outstanding high school player from Connecticut.
37-24, Indiana equals their largest lead of the first half. And the zone defense at the top of the game perhaps frustrated Notre Dame.
36-24, Tim. It's a 12-point lead.
Outside, Frederick misses off the front iron. It is a 12-point deficit, and Indiana will get it the other way with 25 seconds left. They just corrected the scoreboard that showed 37 moments ago. There's Digger. Was he as surprised, and have they adjusted to this zone deployment by Indiana?
Well, all a coach can do is get you shots out of the zone attack. He's getting them shots, and they're just not converting on the wings. But realistically, when you look at Notre Dame, what's got to be frustrating as Indiana goes to a offense where they're going to put the ball in Alford's hand a majority of the times, trying to draw the foul. They lost at home here to a really good Western Kentucky team. And now to lose at home again, if they were to lose this, and we got a whole half to go, that's Rivers. That's Rivers.
It won't count. The pass took place, and the shot took place a couple of seconds after the buzzer. At halftime, Indiana leads Notre Dame 36-24.
We gave international cyclists the Norelco advantage. Their reaction?
What is this? Goo? Goo. Yeah, goo.
That's right. The only electric razor with built-in shaving lotion had everybody loving their faces, especially them. The Norelco advantage.
Come on, hon, just tell me what soaps you want. This isn't really my kind of place.
Dad, I told you, lilac.
Lilac? Just use the stuff I got at the hotel.
Dad.
That's Nextel, right?
Yeah, it's...
And the chamomile, too, and honeysuckle.
How about just some soap-scented soap?
It's that cell phone with the walkie-talkie, right?
Yeah.
So cool.
You should do their commercials.
Commercials? I want to be a serious actress.
In 1935, Foxwood Farm started with one horse and a truck. The horse was a thoroughbred. The truck, a Chevy Suburban. Today, they have a few more horses. But there's still only one truck. Chevy Suburban. With an available 8.1-liter Vortec engine, it's capable of towing up to 6 tons, making it the best Suburban yet. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
Hi, I'm John Scheer, CEO and founder of Video Professor. You know, after teaching people how to operate their computers for over 15 years now, I'm amazed that there are still people that don't have computer skills, like Windows, word processing, the internet, and email. If you're looking for that new job, or maybe it's just balancing your budget, or even helping your kids with homework, these aren't handy skills to have, these are essential. If you're having trouble learning the computer, I'm going to help you out with a free learning lesson of your choice from Video Professor. Let me show you how simple this is. You put the CD in your CD drive. The lesson plays right on your computer screen. Just follow the step-by-step instructions that guide you through learning the software. The lesson always stays on top of the program you're learning. You see what to do, then just do it yourself. You can't make a mistake because you see the results right in front of you. You can pause or rewind the lesson to move at your own pace. The CD is like having your own personal tutor. It's always there for you to learn or review whenever and wherever it's convenient. You know, the best part about this offer, this is free. Now, it's important for you to know the reason why I'm doing this. That's because I know that once you try our product, you'll come back to us for all your computer learning needs. These lessons are jam-packed. They're over an hour in length. We've been doing this for over 15 years, and we have over 4 million customers. You just pay a small shipping and handling, and I'll even refund that if you're not satisfied with my product. It's free, the risk is free, so what do you got to lose? Try my product.
Call Video Professor now for your free lesson. Choose from Windows, Word, Quicken, the Internet, and many more. Call in the next 10 minutes, and this free gift will be yours. The Anytime Organizer is the calendar, diary, address book, and journal on your PC, so you'll never miss an appointment again. Remember, you must call now to get your free CD and the extra free gift.
To get your free computer learning CD, you must call now. Call 1-800-864-0563.
The life of a legend. He was like God. The price of victory.
We're going to work now.
Sports Century Paul Bear Bryant, Friday, 8 p.m. on ESPN Classic. The Junction Boys, Saturday, 9 p.m. on ESPN.
Two Western Conference rivals, one unbelievable ending. If you missed the Lakers' thrilling comeback against the Mavericks, here's your chance to see this instant classic. 9 p.m. Friday, only on ESPN Classic.
We are in the land of the Irish, and Notre Dame trails by 12 to Indiana 36-24 at halftime. Tim Brando and Dick Vitale with you, and statistically, they're even in some categories. Not much of a problem here, Dick, for Notre Dame.
Field goal percentages really mean something right here. 46% and 39%, because neither team is utilizing the three-point field goal attempt. As we take a look at the difference right here, three-point field goal attempts only 1 for 4 for Indiana, 0 for 1 for Notre Dame. That's the way I guess college basketball is meant to be played. And we look at the free throws have been really the difference. Indiana 11 for 13, shooting brilliantly. Notre Dame 2 for 8, and it's just been Steve Alford at the line where he's been automatic.
Rebounds and turnovers. Notre Dame has doubled them there, but I'm sure Digger Phelps really expected that to a certain extent.
I think what he has to be disappointed about, number one, is their ability to shoot the free throw, especially at home. You could see a team going away from home having a tough time getting familiar with the surroundings. As we look at Alford, who had an All-American first half, and who I predict will be college basketball's player of the year this year, because he exemplifies all the things you like in college athletics. And so does another guy down at the Naval Academy, a guy by the name of David Robinson. I think it's going to be a war between Robinson and Alford in a run for that trophy as the player of the year in college basketball.
Something we did not show there statistically, but it has played a major role, and that is Bob Knight's zone defense at the start of this game. And it has been a long while since anyone around here or anywhere has seen Knight come out with that kind of defense, and he played it for more than half of the first half.
Everybody's been coming over to me during halftime and saying, Dick, what about the zone? I've never seen that in my life. Even Tommy Lasorda, who's here to speak tomorrow to the Notre Dame football team, and he doesn't even know the ball's round or got air in it. He has a tough enough time with the little white ball. He made me miss my flight today because we got into a conversation out in Chicago at the airport.
You met your match. Is
I'll
that
tell
what
you
you're telling
what,
me?
he was, can you top this? And we were there at 6:30 in the morning, and I turned to the girl. I said, where's our plane? She said it took off. I wanted to really just choke Mr. Lasorda.
And you were late for our meeting tonight. I meant to tell you that I really didn't appreciate that. Crowd is on their feet here at the ACC. Notre Dame down by 12.
What a beautiful arena. I really like this place. It has so much charisma to it. Really a great Catholic institution.
Alford inside. Shot won't go for Dean Garrett, who was saddled with some early foul difficulty in the first half.
He has a pretty good touch for a big guy, the JC player from out of California, out of San Francisco.
He played at San Clemente.
Indiana still playing that 2-3 zone.
Knocked out of bounds. Notre Dame will keep it. He actually played, Garrett did, at San Francisco Community College. He's from San Clemente.
What the zone does, Tim, for the people out there, number one, it puts you in good rebounding position. You have your big people able to form a triangle inside to be able to be in excellent position to rebound.
Rivers to Paddock inside the paint. The iron was kind, and it's now a 10-point Indiana lead.
But that was excellent execution. They got right into the gap of the zone, right behind the foul line area, and got Paddock the free and easy little jump shot.
Hillman trying to penetrate. They left him alone, and then he was in no man's land, and the turnover, the end result. That's the fourth of the game for the Hoosiers.
We talk about always in basketball, the first 4 minutes after halftime becomes so important, especially if you're down 12. You've got to make a run right here. They got it down to 10.
Scott Hicks looks for Paddock. Good move again. The left hand a little long, and there's Donald Royal.
Donald Royal really owning the offensive boards whenever he attacks the glass with his quickness and jumping ability. They got it down to 8.
Half of his points have come off offensive rebounds. There's Keith Smart. Boy, does he get up.
He really bounces off the floor. He's got a 42-inch vertical jump, and you can see why. And, baby, that is flying up in the sky when you can get up 42 inches vertically.
It's a big hoop for Indiana to stop this mini run being made by Notre Dame here at the outset of the second half.
There they are in their 2-3 zone, playing an area of the floor, forcing Notre Dame to go perimeter. See, the one negative aspect of the zone we always talk about, rebounding lanes. They're able to get a lane. What a nice inside pass.
And Royal tipped it in again.
Hey, we're seeing the Donald Royal offensive rebounding show. Remember this, Tim. Offensive rebounding becomes contagious because that means you're playing aggressive basketball.
He was above the rim that time. Thomas to Garrett. Bad shot selection. Thomas on the glass. There's the foul committed by Dean Garrett. And the crowd is into it.
Bob Knight's team did a great job keeping the crowd out of the game here, but slowly right now, Notre Dame's crowd is getting a little bit excited.
That is not the look of a happy coach right now.
It's not at all at Cuyahoga Falls High School in Ohio. He's an outstanding player at Orville High School, a great shooter, a first baseman in baseball, an outstanding punter in football, a Taylor at Ohio State, and it's been documented what a career controversial arrival he's had in college.
Sky Hicks inside, and there's a foul on Hillman, his third. Everything going Notre Dame's way now.
Tempo right now is certainly on the Notre Dame side. Look at Bob Knight.
He is working over Dean Garrett right now. He gave him some lift prior to coming to the bench, and now since he got there, he got all over him again. But the nice thing about all of that is once it's over, the kid remembers and then he produces.
He better produce. They got some patience against this zone now. They're making that one extra pass to get that better shot.
Rivers to Hicks on the wing. An air ball, and it's gotten by Meyer. Steve Alford leads Indiana down court.
That was another example of really good execution, but they don't hit the jump shot. I'll tell you, that'll quiet you down. The three-point attempt by Alford.
41-30. There have been only 2 3-point shots tonight, both of them recorded by Steve Alford, and he has 20. Indiana's lead back to double digits.
I wouldn't want to play horse against Alford with him shooting the area code jump shot.
That 2-3 zone as the Irish really pushed away from the court. There's Royal, though. They penetrated that time, and a good move by Connor.
They did a great job of splitting the seam of a zone. Every 2-3 zone has a seam at the top and on the wings. They took the seam at the top and created the easy opportunity.
Steve Alford, that's a three-pointer off the front iron. Bob Knight thought he was fouled.
He was fouled right after he released the ball.
Look at that Marcus Haynes act, though, by David Rivers. He nearly lost it, though. Notre Dame will control it in their front court.
It's going to take David a little bit more time to get really the explosiveness out of his legs. At times you could see a little fatigue down there. You know, it's really a long ordeal what he had to go through, and it's going to take him a while to be the real David Rivers. Nice inside-outside play. Great execution because it's inside-outside, and Paddock gets it to the hot shooter because he can shoot the ball, Connor.
4 for Sean Connor, the sophomore from Ziegler, Illinois.
Notre Dame zoning 2-3 this half also.
41-34, Indiana by 7, and a 12-point lead at halftime.
You zone against Indiana, you better have an awareness where number 12 is, and Rivers does. If you notice Rivers out of zone, see, that's open. I'm going to tell you why that shot is open. Because of the presence of Alford. Rivers was extended defensively.
The fans love it. There's Connor. Donald Royal again.
Donald Royal really quick inside, Tim. He's getting every offensive rebound, and the fans here love it. They're hoping for another miracle out of the Lou Holtz finish against the Trojans last Saturday.
I saw this youngster in high school at St. Augustine in New Orleans. He came here as just a 17-year-old. He's a senior, Dick, but he's very young to be a senior. He's really not quite 21 years of age as yet. He's got a lot of maturing yet in front of him.
Just really like a guy by the name of Brad Doherty, who's playing now in the NBA. He came in at 17 at North Carolina. Louisiana's been good for Notre Dame basketball. Orlando Woolridge is from Louisiana, and they just signed an outstanding point guard by the name of Timmy Singleton from out of New Orleans.
The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame have cut into the Indiana lead by 7. They trail by 5 here at South Bend.
I am a member of my nation's chosen few. I will be swift, silent, and invisible. I will be the master of the enemy. I will shoot him before he shoots me. I will protect my brother, or he will protect me. I will never surrender. I will fight to the death, so that others may live in peace. I am a ghost.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. Rated M for mature.
Now back to the Capital One All-America Mascot Pageant.
Our talented mascots perform a musical tribute.
Hey, Doug, crank it up, will you?
Don't miss Capital One Bowl Week on ESPN.
Sunday on ESPN Classic.
Buongiorno!
They were 4 guys going nowhere.
Don't forget to punch the clock, Shorty.
Until a dream took them on the road to glory. Dennis Quaid and Daniel Stern star in an Oscar-nominated real classic, Breaking Away. 9 Eastern Sunday on ESPN Classic.
2 Western Conference rivals, one unbelievable ending. If you missed the Lakers' thrilling comeback against the Mavericks, here's your chance to see this instant classic. 9 p.m. Friday, only on ESPN.
Mantis Tiller Cultivator is making gardening easier for everyone. The Mantis weighs just 20 pounds, so it's easy to carry and operate. Yet the unique patented tines and powerful 2-cycle engine lets you cut through hard soils and dig down to 10 inches deep. Mantis is so easy to handle that weeding and cultivating, even in tight places, is a snap. And with the optional Mantis attachments, you can dig furrows, trim hedges, aerate and dethatch your lawn, cut professional-looking borders, and remove weeds from cracks. Mantis's superior performance and rugged dependability is backed by a 2-year warranty and a lifetime warranty on the tines against breakage. So you get years of trouble-free service. The Mantis Tiller is now available at factory direct prices. So call for your free information pack with details on our 1-year money-back guarantee.
For more information on the Mantis Tiller, call 1-800-232-9055.
Digger Phelps of Notre Dame shouting instructions to his Fighting Irish, and there you see the field goal shooting percentage by half. What a difference a half makes.
Well, the difference really has been Donald Royal on the glass. His rebounding on the offensive boards, converting those easy scores, certainly helps your field goal percentage.
Indiana by 5. A big trip down the floor, though there are 15 minutes left in this half. Scott Hicks with the near steal.
Notre Dame's playing really aggressive defensive basketball out of his zone. They're making the entries very difficult for Indiana, and they're shading Steve Alford wherever he goes. They're aware of him. They don't want Alford to get into a gap in his zone.
After a timeout, you know Bob Knight wants a good shot. There's one for Smart, but it's off the back iron, and here comes Notre Dame.
Tim, it's wide open behind the foul line area because they're extending defensively on Alford.
Royal gets the roll.
We're getting the Donald Royal show right now.
They're going to wave it off, Dick.
Wave it off.
I think Paddock got into the cylinder that time to go up for the follow. I think it would have counted.
Look how calm
and would have fallen.
Look how calm, cool, and collective the sartorial, resplendent Digger Phelps. You know it had to be a good call. Now watch it. Watch the interference. We see the jumper go down. Let's see if he interferes on the cylinder. Oh, yes, you cannot play with the ball up on the cylinder in our basketball. Internationally, that would have counted.
It probably would have fallen even without the help from Paddock.
Look how they're matching up right now on Alford. In fact, right now, they are aware everywhere Alford goes, there's a player that's going to be responsible for him.
Smart.
I can't stress enough how that shot is wide open because of the defensive alignment of Notre Dame and the offensive alignment of Indiana.
Notre Dame could cut it to 3 right here. That would have been as close as they've been in a long, long time.
They cut it to 3. The 6th man certainly will arrive.
Connor is fouled. Picking it up is Daryl Thomas, the senior from Westchester, Illinois. That's his 4th foul.
They've really quieted Thomas down. Thomas had some prolific nights last year as a scorer. Really shut him down. They got to get him out of the game.
And that means that Cree Smith will be called upon by Bob Knight to come in. He's coming in, though, for Hillman.
He's 6'7", about 212 from out of Tipton, Indiana. He was redshirted because of a knee problem. A superb shooter. This has been a nightmare for Digger Phelps, the free throw line.
Bob Knight giving a clinic on the sidelines to his players.
He's always working. X and O in all hours, every moment of the day.
Basketball 101 when you go to the sideline.
He's amazing. He learned so much, he said, from Pete Newell, certainly one of the great minds in college basketball when he coached.
Even more problems at the line for Notre Dame. They missed a couple there.
Now watch, the foul lane area is open because of Alford's presence. They extend defensively, and you can slide somebody right through the foul lane area. There's the foul lane area. There's Smart. Thank you. Thank you. There it goes.
Right on cue from Cree Smith. A nice pass. 43-36, just the way Coach Vitale drew it up.
Inside, outside with Paddock. The ball goes into the post. We'll kick it back out. Oh, there's that pass right over the top of the zone.
Royal was bothered by Daryl Thomas. It goes out of bounds to Notre Dame.
Years ago, the cross-court pass was a no-no, but now in college basketball, in attacking help defenses, you throw that diagonal pass and you throw it right over the top of the zone defense.
Royal to a wide open Hicks. Boy, did Alford get on him in a hurry.
Indiana now playing in their zone, really matching up.
There's that interior pass to Donald Royal, and it forces another foul by Indiana.
Indiana does a good job in their man-to-man also when they play it. They disguise it in that it's a man-to-man with so many zone principles to it from the help side.
Meyer gets the foul, his 2nd. 43-36 our score, and Dean Garrett, after getting a nice talking to by Coach Knight, re-enters the game. Meyer will clock out. 12 minutes and 50 seconds are left in the game, and Notre Dame trails by 7. Good move by Hicks.
Excellent quick move into the lane. He whirls, shows some really good quickness, and an excellent athletic move by Scott Hicks.
He has 11 for the game. It's 43-38. Alford. It will be a three-pointer, but it just rimmed out. That's his first three-point miss of the night.
Man-to-man defense right now by Indiana. They're out of the zone.
Hicks.
What a tremendous up and under move. Great explosive move. Scott Hicks takes it to the goal. The 6th man has arrived, Timmy. Now watch Hicks right here with a slashing move to the goal. He comes around the screen. Indiana slow reacting to give help, and he watches it, and he looks at it, and he says, please go in. I want to be big man on campus tomorrow. There's the hang of the year. Little dipsy doodle, up and under. Count it, and Paddock says, I love you, Scott.
And that's the 4th foul on Dean Garrett, who had just come into the game. So now Bob Knight has to be thinking, who am I going to play where and for how long? And Notre Dame's problems at the line continue as Connor picks up the foul against Cree Smith.
Connor looks like he's a member of my all-Paris Island team. I'll tell you something, he looks like he can belong right there down in Paris Island. I talked about the other day Bob Weltlich making Paris Island look like Disney World. Bob Knight makes Paris Island look like Fantasyland. There's that one, it's like a 1-3-1 zone, and then it drops into a 2-3.
There's Keith Smart. Boy, he is not bashful. 45-40, Indiana by 5.
He's getting good shots because of the presence of Steve Alford. Alford's presence opens up a gap in that zone.
You see the scoring by half, and Notre Dame has made a game of it with its early spurt here in the first 5 to 6 minutes of the second half.
It was all key by this guy's play. Donald Royal with the good offensive rebounds early in the half.
And good penetration by Scott Hicks the last couple of times down the floor. And there's Royal again. And the foul is picked up by Daryl Thomas.
Darryl, big, strong, tough kid, as we said earlier, came from St. Joe's, Westchester, the same high school that produced the one and only Isaiah Thomas. Certainly, to me, the best pure point guard in the NBA, with Magic Johnson being probably the greatest all-around player because of his versatility and size.
Daryl Thomas gets his first foul. Donald Royal will now shoot 1 and 1. Finally for one of those to fall.
Yeah, they needed that from Royal. When I mean all-around performer, Magic, I don't want the people in French Lick, Indiana say, what about Larry Bird? I'm talking pure. I'm talking at the point guard position. Bird's certainly the greatest in the history of the game of basketball. He started his career at Indiana, but never really played. Never really even came to a practice session.
With 11 minutes and 37 seconds left, Indiana leads 45-42.
Well, he's really taken us to new levels.
He's brought customer service to a whole new level.
I think we were somewhere in here.
I think he's sort of raised the bar.
Somewhere in there, between there.
You know what he's all about? He's all about this, not about that. What's that gonna get you?
Oh, he deserves this award. There's no doubt about it.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I have an apology to make for knitting you a present rather than buying something you'd enjoy. I thought each present was a little piece of me, a person who, I'm now told, isn't very good at knitting. I'm sorry. This year, I'm shopping at Staples. You should, too. They have the exciting technology gifts everyone wants. And this month, you can get free delivery from Staples.com. But you can't get a macrame mouse pad.
Holiday shopping? Done at Staples.
I hope you slept well. Prepare to meet Iron Skillet.
Oh yeah, Tekken 4 is here. Punish your enemies with new moves, interactive environments, and new fighters. It's a legend so deep, no one just plays it. They live it. Tekken 4, rated T for teen.
Here you go, sir. Domino's new Buffalo Chicken Kickers.
Wow, real baked chicken delivered right to my door. You must be pulling my leg.
No, sir. That would be your dog.
Introducing Domino's Pizza Buffalo Chicken Kickers. Tender cuts of all-white chicken breast with a kick of spicy buffalo flavor baked through and through. 10 pieces for $5.99.
Man, that's good chicken.
Get the door and get a kick out of dinner tonight. Now get an order of Cinesticks free when you buy a large one-topping pizza for $9.99.
You splish and splash, splish and splash. Now your pasta's going down the drain, and your family's got hunger pains. Not anymore. Introducing Pasta Pro Cooker, the spill-free way to cook, drain, and serve perfect pasta. Pasta Pro is lightweight, fits any stovetop, and drains the water, not your pasta. Watch. Just place in your favorite pasta. When it's ready, turn the lid to the locking position. Then easily pour the water out and keep the pasta in. It's that easy. Now you can cook, drain, and serve mountains of spaghetti all in one saucepan. Quickly prepare tasty macaroni and cheese for the kids. Or create a delicious linguine with clam dinner with no extra dishes. Pasta Pro's unique locking lid assures you of a safe and steady pour. It's so dependable, not even a heavy sack of potatoes can remove the top. Hey, that strainer can ruin your ravioli. But not Pasta Pro. It's perfect for delicate cheese tortellini, stuffed spinach ravioli, or bow tie pasta. And watch this, brown sirloin beef. Then easily drain the fat. Add your special ingredients, and you've got a pot of hot chili without the mess. Pasta Pro is ideal for boiling corn on the cob, fresh boiled lobster. You can even cook, drain, mix, and serve mashed potatoes all in one saucepan. And with a durable non-stick surface, cleanup's a breeze. Stop juggling with plates and strainers. Order the Pasta Pro Cooker with the quick and easy recipe guide for just $19.95. But wait, there's more. We'll include this amazing cheese grater. Coarse grate Parmesan cheese with ease. Shred mountains of mozzarella on a pizza. Or finely grate chocolate for dessert toppings. Yours free.
And if you're still not convinced, we'll include another Pasta Pro cooker free. Prepare eggs for egg salad sandwiches or pasta for 2. Yours absolutely free. This incredible $60 value is all yours for just $19.95. So call now.
Call 1-800-592-0808 and order the Pasta Pro for just $19.95. This incredible offer won't last, so call 1-800-592-0808 and order now.
See the field goal shooting percentages, and they're really up for Notre Dame. They're up to 53%.
Notre Dame again. Digger masterful on the sideline. A little change in his defenses.
Smart over Hicks, count it, and the foul on Scott Hicks.
And look at Keith Smart, ready to celebrate. He says, hey, I love big-time college basketball. What a story. We talked about it earlier. He was 5'3", this young man, his junior year in high school. Watch his bounce off the floor. I mean, he explodes off the floor, leans into the defensive player, and draws the foul. 5'3", went up to about 5'9", and then didn't play for a year and a half, Bob told me. He had an injury. He was in a body cast, a motorcycle injury, and then he went, after a year and a half not doing anything, he went to junior college, played at Garden City JC under Jim Carey, who coached Lionel Hollins. And Lionel Hollins, according to Jim Carey, Mr. Smart is very similar in terms of talent at this stage of his career.
Alford will pick up the foul. One thing you can tell, though, about Keith Smart, and that is he makes things happen. And Bob Knight needed more of that this year. He didn't have as much in his arsenal last year as that 21-8 record would have indicated.
He really needed some quickness, and he brought some quickness to their program. They lost a good defender in Winston Morgan, certainly, who was an outstanding defender. But last year they finished on a no-no, getting blown out by Michigan, and then Cleveland State's Vikings really put it to him up at Syracuse at the Carrier Dome during the NCAAs.
Scott Hicks, who has certainly had much to do with the Fighting Irish mounting this comeback in the second half, now has 14 points.
Yeah, Hicks now really has played outstanding. I mentioned Cleveland State. They scored 135 the other day against Clarion State. Kevin Mackey, I can't believe you poured it on like that. Can't believe it.
48-43. Once again, a 5-point deficit now for Notre Dame.
Here's the zone defense.
Cree Smith is open. Boy, keeping it alive was Dean Garrett. That reminds me a bit of the Ray Tolbert era. They say he may be the best center that they've had, a pure athlete, since Tolbert.
Well, Tolbert was an active player, played in the NBA, played on an 81 national championship team. He has to go a long way, Garrett, before he's a Ray Tolbert.
He brought down the rebound as well.
He has a lot of potential, though, with the coaching ability of Bob Knight. And he listens and listens to the master. He could be a good player.
Paddock picks up the foul. So now it's Indiana that comes back. He really has the door on Notre Dame.
Tim, he really has to work on his foot speed down in the boxes, on how to get the drop steps and those quick moves to the goal. And Bob Knight, certainly with his coaching staff, will work on big man moves with Dean Garrett.
Would you agree, though, even with Uwe Blab, they did not have the kind of athlete in that portion of the court area since really Ray Tolbert.
Ray Tolbert certainly was an athlete, and Blab was more or less your low post center, something that has disappeared in college athletics. Bob Knight questioning right now the timer, I believe.
He's giving him an earful right now.
Remember, in college basketball this year, you can use the monitor if there's a scoring discrepancy or a discrepancy in terms of the time. You can use the monitor.
He's talking to Jack Lloyd. Knight was hit in the back with a dime, and I think he wanted the PA announcer to make a statement about it, and there is the charge.
David playing out of control right here, gives the ball up, should pull up at the foul line. Darryl Thomas with good court awareness, sees Rivers out of control, gives his body up to draw the charge.
50-43 now. Indiana scored the last 4 points.
Man-to-man defense right now by Notre Dame. They're playing like a switching man-to-man, like a matchup. They're not playing, they're letting guys go through and they release to one another.
Donald Royal is fouled by Smart. and he went above the backboard that time. And boy, you had to be concerned for him when he fell.
He's a 42-inch jump. Watch him get the running start. I mean, he really explodes. Now watch this. This guy can jump over 40-some inches. I mean, watch him bounce. He was 5'3". He's now 6'2". I mean, he is flying like Air Jordan. He said, oh, a foul. Take a look at it from another angle. Look at him post it inside. Now here comes the ball off the glass. He comes pouring down the lane. Looked like a football player going out for a long pass right there.
He's smart with his third foul. You know, he had a groin pull and missed 8 days of practice. He actually pulled it during the warm-up of the Soviet exhibition game, and boy, he can get up.
Bob Knight wants a timeout, wants to set something and design a high-percentage shot right now. This possession is very, very big.
Less than 10 minutes are left. Indiana leads it by 7.
With rugged all-wheel drive and better handling than ever, the new Subaru Outback gets you closer to nature without getting in the way of nature. When you get it, you get it.
See your local Subaru dealer for information on financing as low as 0.9% APR.
His cheeks are rough, his chin is tough, he's full of nicks and cuts. You better trade that razor blade before you both go nuts. Have no fear, the Spectra's here to shave his face with care. It's much more fun to kiss someone with a face that's got no hair.
The Maglite flashlight. We could go on and on why Maglite is one of the world's most durable flashlights. Or we could just hit it with a Mack truck.
Long before man first walked on the moon, master mechanic Sam Momolo was working on cars.
You know, it's not rocket science if you have the right set of tools. That's why this terrific new tool set from Gear Wrench is a must for any homeowner.
For tough jobs around the house, reach for the tool set more mechanics come home to. Gear Wrench, the 10-piece tool set that features the original ratcheting combination wrench with more speed, more torque, and more strength. In tight spots, Gear Wrench can turn fasteners with only 5 degrees of movement.
See the difference? You can't do that with a standard wrench.
And Gear Wrench is the only ratcheting combination wrench with Gear Force technology. So even worn, rusty fasteners are no match for Gear Wrench.
Nice.
Around the house, in the garage, or on the road, Gear Wrench takes on any tough job.
Bingo. Now that's handy.
The 10-piece Gear Wrench tool set, normally $59.99, is now available for only $49.99. It comes in SAE or metric sizes, and it's available at participating Lowe's Home Improvement warehouse stores while supplies last.
Gear Wrench. Get it done right, get it done fast the first time.
The life of a legend.
He was like God.
The price of victory.
We're going to work now.
Sports Century Paul Bear Bryant, Friday, 8 p.m. on ESPN Classic. The Junction Boys, Saturday, 9 p.m. on ESPN. Two Western Conference rivals, one unbelievable ending. If you missed the Lakers' thrilling comeback against the Mavericks, here's your chance to see this instant classic. 9 p.m. Friday, only on ESPN Classic.
50-43, Indiana leads it.
I would think right now, Tim, that Bob Knight's trying to design a shot for Steve Alford, trying to get him free off a screen if Notre Dame's in a man-to-man. If they're in the zone, they'll try to slide him into an open area, trying to get him that jumper. Bob working the timers, the officials right now, making sure we're coming down stretch time. And he's coming over, having a nice little conversation. As you said, looks like he got hit with something. He's a little upset about it.
Yeah, and he's now talking to the PA now, just saying, hey, no hard feelings here, guys, but I just don't want to get hit.
He's got that look on his face, you know, who, me?
He really does enjoy this rivalry with Digger Phelps, and the two of them really have a lot in common when it comes to the philosophy in college basketball these days.
Yeah, graduate your athletes, make sure they all graduate, and Digger does a great job at that, and so does Bobby. Nothing wrong with that philosophy. We need more of it in the game of basketball.
Bree Smith shouting out signals.
They changed defenses out of the man-to-man and went to his zone.
There's another foul on Paddock. And you're right. They changed defenses, recognized it, and then got it to the open man.
Well, they're so well drilled. They can adjust to any defensive alignment they see. It's just a matter of execution, and they do a great job of executing. You know, he has a simple formula he really believes in. Shot selection plus team defense will equal win. And basically, if you really characterize his career, it's been that way at Indiana. I mean, they've been so dominating throughout his career. They're one of the dynasty teams along with North Carolina and Kentucky and Louisville, Georgetown. When I talk dynasty, I'm talking year in and year out. If you're a top 15 team, to me, you're a dynasty program.
Mark Stevenson has come back into the game now for Notre Dame, replacing Connor. Digger Phelps going for a little more speed with his man-to-man defensive deployment he's used the last couple of times down the floor.
Thomas, a real good driver inside. They've done a great job keeping him from really operating and taking the ball to the goal.
It's an 8-point game. Notre Dame had cut the Indiana lead to 3 after trailing by 12 at halftime.
Indiana now playing man-to-man defense. Notre Dame trying to get a lot of movement. Good pass. They found himself a really solid player in Scott Paddock. He is definitely a contributor on the inside, and Gary Vos is going to have a tough time keeping him on the bench.
51-45.
There's the opening in that zone right behind Rivers.
That's Thomas picking up the charge. Bob Knight doesn't believe it. That's the second foul on Daryl Thomas.
Call right there by Steve Welmer. Really not happy with the call. A lot of pain in his face.
His attire really hasn't caught on. Only he and George Raveling go cash for these basketball games.
I like the casual approach because I'll tell you one thing. If you've coached on that sideline and you sweat, you ruin more good clothing. Hey, look at football. Those guys wear anything on the sideline. Very quiet in here. I mean, it is quiet. It must be prayer time right now. They got the Hail Mary beads out. They're all praying here in Notre Dame.
Stevenson trying to force things, and he does. He picks up a foul against Dean Garrett, and that's his 5th. Boy, does that help the Notre Dame cause, getting him out of the game.
Yeah, Garrett gave him that potential shot blocker and a guy that could close the lane inside. He's right now, Bob, going to the bench, and he's going to bring in Steve Isle, a guy that's a good athlete. A kid that really, he was telling me today, he's an outstanding athlete, but is a little limited in his basketball talent and playing basketball per se, but is an outstanding athlete. He's working him right now. He's explaining to him in a nice way how we need you on the floor. Dean, don't you know I need a center out there? I don't want you to sit next to me and be an assistant coach. I want you on the floor.
Well, he's quick and agile, and he will be a factor in the Big Ten race. You can be certain of that, Dean Garrett. Now, mark this time, fans. 8:45. Bob Knight loses Dean Garrett and is forced to go with Isle, who, by the way, there was some conjecture that Isle might start tonight, but he decided to go with Keith Smart rather than Isle. I guess he wanted some more speed in that lineup to contend with Rivers. Hits. Well, a 3-point Notre Dame trip.
There's the loss of Garrett right now. They lose that quickness inside, and Notre Dame very aggressive. The one great asset of Notre Dame thus far tonight has been attacking the offensive boards.
Alford.
He's a rainbow jump shooter. What a great touch and great execution to get him free on a baseline.
When you have to have a hoop, it's Alford that normally comes up with it. That pass got away from Scott Hicks. Alford to Keith Smart, and another charge.
Oh, the defensive player was not there. Defensive player was not in legal defensive position. Tim, let me set the scenario. Defensively, a player must have both feet planted on the ground initially and must be facing the offensive player. He does not have both planted, as you can see there. He does not have a position where he's facing the offensive player, and I don't blame Mr. Knight, the general, one bit, being upset with the call by Roger Parrymore.
8 minutes and counting from the Athletic and Convocation Center. Tim Brando and Dick Vitale with you. We're happy you joined us for college basketball on ESPN. The Irish will have it underneath their own hoop. Alford got in the way of Scott Hicks.
Tempo of this game certainly nowhere near the tempo last night at Pauley Pavilion with UCLA and North Carolina. They played at such a rapid pace last night. Hey, we're watching right now. Notre Dame getting great movement, execution. Rivers gets free for the open jumper. Good ball movement by Notre Dame.
Different kind of game, but certainly just as exciting.
Oh, it's exciting because of the great tradition, the rivalry, and the intensity.
53-50 now. This is as close as the Irish has been since early in the first half. Royal picks up the foul, going over the back of Steve Isle. That's 4 on Donald Royal. So now Digger Phelps has to be concerned about his pivot.
Indiana really trying to attack that foul lane area where there is a gap, especially when they come out to play Alford beyond the three-point circle.
We say pivot, but in essence, Royal is just as much a center as is Paddock. Paddock perhaps more of the space eater, but Royal, they really rely on him inside for their offense.
Watch where Isle places himself at that foul line area. They use him in there as a passer, and that area is open, right where Isle is in that lane area. Not going to beat it with the dribble. Got to beat it with ball movement, or if you're going to use the dribble, you got to attack the zone into the seam. You got to drive it right into the seam. See, he's going side to side with it and not attacking with that dribble.
There's Thomas on the baseline.
He loves to drive with the ball, Ted. He's an outstanding baseline driver, Darryl Thomas.
And Paddock was all over him. He couldn't have played any better defensively, but Thomas just made the right move and made it count. 55-50.
Man-to-man defense, they pressure the ball and get a lot of help away from the ball.
Thomas with the steal. Cree Smith took it away, and he traveled prior to Jackson moving in on him there.
Well, if you're laying on the floor with the ball and you roll with it, it's an automatic walk-in violation because you have moved your pivot foot. Good call by the official in that series.
55-50.
Notre Dame, I don't know if they believe they can win. Not the players, but their fans. They're so low-keyed right now. I mean, we might as well get out Pavarotti and have a concert. I mean, it's like a theater right now here.
They want you to tap dance, Dick.
I wasn't like this in 1973-74 when they broke UCLA's win streak, 88 in a row. John Shoemake did a great job. He's sitting next to Digger right now as an assistant coach.
They've beaten 8 number 1
charge right there.
And the foul is on Hicks. It's a charge. Steve Isle got positioned, and now Digger Phelps will work the officials over just a bit.
Watch how Isle, he came over and gave help, rotated over, and drew the charge, something they drill on. Watch Isle right now. He'll rotate over number 32. He squares his body. There he is in help position. He's in help position, and he gets blown right out of the way. They do a great job. If you were to take the court and break this court down into help side and into strong side, you would understand basically the defensive concepts of Bob Knight. He really does a great job wherever the ball is from the opposite side, bringing people to give help.
Isle at the line, 50% so far this year. That won't help his average. Indiana controls it, though. Darryl Thomas.
Well, Thomas gets the ball, but they did a good job keeping that ball alive.
Alford. Not a three-point shot.
Wave it off. He's definitely above the cylinder.
Thomas was in the cylinder, and Notre Dame gets it back. Well, we've seen that call on both sides so far here.
Remember, in our basketball, you can't play with the ball on that cylinder. Right above that cylinder, and there he is playing with it. Internationally, that would count.
Keith Smart is some jumping jack, though. He really gets up. Like having an extra forward out there, and he's really a swing guard.
He's a skywalker. I would love to see him in transition, get ahead of the pack. He'd put a show on, slam dunk on the ball. Notre Dame getting good angles now in their passing game. Man-to-man, Smart against Rivers.
That's a mismatch in front of Cree Smith. Rivers, and he makes it count.
Well, he finalized. He closed the play. We got an injury on the court.
Up, Donald Royal.
Donald Royal, he is really, seems to be in excruciating pain holding that ankle.
Boy, they cannot afford to lose him.
The most powerful game system has the best holiday offer. Now get an Xbox, Sega GT, and Jet Set Radio Future for $199.99. 2 free games, $100 value, and an Xbox, all for just $199.99. Rated E to T.
For a great deal this holiday, there's no power greater than it.
Buongiorno! They were 4 guys going nowhere until a dream took them on the road to glory. Dennis Quaid in a real classic, Breaking Away. 9 Eastern Sunday on ESPN Classic.
2 Western Conference rivals, one unbelievable ending. If you missed the Lakers' thrilling comeback against the Mavericks, here's your chance to see this instant classic. 9 p.m. Friday, only on ESPN.
The new and improved Total Gym XL. Over 80 muscle-burning exercises target individual muscles or work entire muscle groups all at once. We defy you to find any piece of equipment that can work virtually every muscle in the body and do it with this kind of speed and ease, from beginner to the most physically fit. Best of all, you'll actually finish your workout in less time than it would take you to drive to the gym. The Total Gym is used by bodybuilders, gymnasts, and the LA Fire Department. And you can also use the Total Gym for an incredible Pilates routine. We guarantee you'll get the results you want in 60 days or we'll refund your money. Right now, we have the lowest payment plan ever. Call now and get started with your Total Gym for as little as $29.95 a month.
So why not give it a try? Believe me, once you try it, you'll be hooked for life.
To try your Total Gym for payments as low as $29.95 per month, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-667-2293. That's 1-800-667-2293.
Tim Brando along with Dick Vitale back at the ACC on the campus of Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana. The Hoosiers leading 55-52. The great concern right now, though, is for Donald Royal, who left with a lot of help. He could not put any weight on that right leg, be it the ankle, calf, or the knee.
Well, they're icing it. I'm sure they're going to have it x-rayed immediately, and we'll get reports. If we do, we'll certainly pass them on to you.
Now it will be Gary Vost that will be called upon to take up the space once held by Donald Royal. Jameer Jackson will play for now, but Vost was talked to a few moments ago with Digger Phelps, and he said, hey, look, we may need you inside, and you've got to intimidate when you get there, big fella. Jameer Jackson is in the game right now, so he'll go with a short and quick lineup with Royal gone. Royal had 14 points when he left the game.
Jameer Jackson, an athlete who played really well against Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky came in here, Murray Arnold's team, and really dominated the Fighting Irish on their own floor. As I was talking about earlier, Tim, it's important for Notre Dame to get a big win here at home. You don't want to start your season losing your first two games, not only losing your first two, but losing them both in your own home facility. They tried to set a screen up. Smith tried to set a screen up for Alford. Man-to-man defense.
Alford, who has 22 points on the night, definitely wants this shot and gets it. Paddock and Isle, and it's taken away by the quick hands of David Rivers.
Number three-point play tied his game up.
Smart was going to give it to him, but Rivers chose to look for the open man.
They play off of David Rivers. They don't try to come out and challenge him so he can beat him with the dribble.
David Rivers penetrates off the glass.
That time he finalizes the last two possessions. He goes under control for the little baseline jumper earlier, and that time he pulls up again. Little power move to the goal.
Notre Dame trails by one. You see the time remaining, and we've got a foul. Hicks picks it up. We've gotten some good news on Donald Royal, we're told, and he left without putting any pressure on that knee or ankle or calf. It must have been a cramp, because they're saying now it's only a cramp, and it must have been that right calf that cramped up on it.
That's why I hate to speculate from the sideline here as a commentator, because first of all, I have no concept or idea about medical injuries or terminology, but that's good news to hear that it was a cramp. If he comes back out here, this place will rock and roll.
The parents and family of Donald Royal can breathe a healthy sigh of relief now for Donald Royal.
This is a tough end to shoot those free throws into, but he doesn't mind. Just like in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Mr. Smart is going to be a solid player here for Indiana. He's going to get better and better once he learns the concept of major college basketball and playing in a structured situation like this.
It's now 57-54 Indiana.
Have to really be scared if you're Digger Phelps about a possible bomb by Steve Alford, which automatically could blow the game open. He has that kind of range.
Rivers matched up against Smart.
Smart playing him very intelligently, trying not to let him beat him with the drive.
Stevenson.
See, notice how he plays off him?
Yep.
Well, now they're zoning. Now they're zoning.
Good cross-court pass to Stevenson in the lane.
He's a scorer, and he's been really non-existent tonight. Started, but went to the bench early. But he has capabilities of scoring, and we see it right there from out of Roman Catholic High School. And out of the zone, they're trying to screen Rivers out of the zone.
Foul again inside, picked up by Jameer Jackson.
This matchup zone that Notre Dame is using is really negating Steve Alford getting free for his open jump shot. Bob Knight's trying to counter it now by setting the screen up top on Rivers to get him free.
Bob Knight is very aware of his coaching counterpart. A couple of years ago, it was sort of a quirk defense used by Digger Phelps that was the key in giving Notre Dame its big victory. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Indiana leading is 57-56. But going back to that, though, Alford was held to one field goal in that game, Dick. And I know you can comment even more on the difference from the game a year ago in Bloomington and the one 2 seasons ago when Notre Dame came up with a win.
Come on, man, do it.
Wait, an electric dog collar? I will never do that. No.
It really doesn't hurt.
We'll tell everyone you did it.
Oh, great.
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
You sure it's off?
I promise you,
sure?
it's don't you worry.
Rated E for everyone.
This is the sound. These are the results. Can you feel it? Can you hear it? This is the sound of the PowerFlex by Gold's Gym, the authority since 1965. Gold's Gym gives you one powerful machine with 65 club-quality exercises and up to 410 pounds of resistance to build muscle, define muscle, lose fat, all in just 6 weeks or less to get you the body you've always wanted, guaranteed. The secret to the PowerFlex begins with the swivel flex pulleys that provide you with free range of motion so you can move from one exercise to the next safely. Next, Power Stroke Resistance simulates the natural movement of your muscles and allows you to move from 10 to 410 pounds of resistance with one simple stroke. It's this awesome combination that gives you those ripped abs and more chiseled arms, legs, chest, and back. If you want to look like this, then you need this. PowerFlex, the Gold's Gym technology breakthrough. Call now for free information about how you can get the Gold's Gym PowerFlex in your home for as little as $49 a month. With the Gold's Gym PowerFlex, you get the lat tower, the multi-position bench, hip strap, rowing seat, ankle strap, handles, and space saver design. Be one of the first callers, and you'll get the Gold's Gym PowerFlex Leg Developer for stronger legs and shapelier hips and thighs. A $200 value, absolutely free. You'll also get a workout poster showing you all 65 club-quality exercises. Our gift to you. Don't pay $2,000 for a home gym that won't get you authentic Gold's Gym results. This is the machine. These are the results. Can you feel it?
Call 1-800-700-0857 to get the Gold's Gym PowerFlex in your home for as little as $49 a month. That's 1-800-700-0857. Call now.
We had to do hardly any paperwork when we got our mortgage.
We refinanced our home.
And the rate we got was even lower than our banks.
We needed an addition, and Quicken Loans okayed our home equity loan fast. Call this toll-free number now and find out why Quicken Loans is the easiest way to get a home loan.
Hi, I'd like information about a mortgage.
With Quicken Loans, you can check on your loan online.
The appraisal is done.
That was fast.
And your loan consultant is always available every step of the way.
Sure. And here's my pager number. Call me anytime.
Quicken Loans. This year alone, we provided over $6.5 billion in home loans across America. Call us now and get your loan from a name you trust. From low rates on mortgages to home equity loans, Quicken Loans can save you time and money. Quicken Loans, the easiest way to get your home loan. Call or visit us online now.
The life of a legend.
He was like God.
The price of victory.
We're going to work now.
Sports Century Paul Bear Bryant, Friday, 8 p.m. on ESPN Classic. The Junction Boys, Saturday, 9 p.m. on ESPN. Two Western Conference rivals, one unbelievable ending. If you missed the Lakers' thrilling comeback against the Mavericks, here's your chance to see this instant classic. 9 p.m. Friday, only on ESPN Classic.
You know one thing that's automatic. Bob Knight will be in the Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. That is as automatic, Mr. Brando, as me not growing any hair.
Thomas has not missed from the free throw line all year.
He's got a nice rotation, nice touch.
And it's a three-point cushion again for Indiana.
Now Indiana changing defenses. They're back in the man-to-man. Notice Smart playing Rivers. He's not going to really challenge him. See, he's about 3-4 feet away from Rivers. He respects his great driving ability. Rivers wants him to reverse the ball to him on a wing. He wants to reverse the ball and get him isolated one-on-one on a wing. They got him the ball right now. On the wing, he's staring at him. He's in triple threat position. See how he plays off him? He says, you want to beat me? Shoot the jump shot.
Jameer Jackson looking for Paddock down low. Now Jackson will drive the baseline, and he picks up the charge. Steve Isle and Thomas were both there. Good defense there by Indiana.
That's the inexperience, the youth. He's only a frosh playing here in a big game. Offensive charge by Jameer.
That's the fourth foul on Jameer Jackson.
It's unfortunate for Digger right now that he doesn't have Royal available to go down a stretch. He's on crutches right now going to the sideline.
They're obviously taking no chances with his injury.
They're sitting in his zone now. They're going to try to set a screen. See, here comes the screen. 42, Smith trying to free. What a job Rivers is doing, getting over the top of the screen so Alford can't get free for the shot.
Smart inside the aisle.
Oh, yes, little slam dunk. Steve Isle with the good athletic ability that Bob Knight was talking about.
61-56. Indiana now by 5 again.
Need a basket right here desperately.
Scott Hicks. It's too short. Paddock keeps it alive, and Stevenson is fouled by Cree Smith down low. That brings a grimace from Coach Knight. And Cree Smith will come over to visit with Coach Knight.
You stop the clock right now, and you put him on a free throw line, and that's certainly a no-no right now. And there's Bob Knight giving him a little clinic again on how to pass the ball, how to set the screen. Constant intensity. He's got to be one of the most intense people in any sport, or I guess in life, really.
Stevenson only 3 points tonight.
He just barked out, block out, one of the basic fundamentals of the game of basketball. Keep your man between the basket and yourself. Right now, I'll tell you, it's a clinic watching this right here. I mean, these coaches are really at it in terms of a chess match. I talked a little bit earlier about Digger Phelps being a master on the sideline and devising a game plan and adjusting to the game.
He had 10 days off after the loss to Western Kentucky, and many say that's an advantage for Digger Phelps. Give him more than a week to prepare for a game, and he'll have his club ready.
Bob Knight's really a master at that. Now here comes the screen. See, he gets right over the top. He gives his body. David Rivers has shut that shot right down.
Isle is fouled by Connor prior to the shot.
See what's happening right now. Digger Phelps' strategy right now is the other people are going to have to beat us because we're not going to let Alford beat us. Look at Rivers get over the top. That's getting over the top of the screen. You never want to go fourth man on a screen. What I mean by that, Tim, you never want to go behind your teammate and the defender to be what we call fourth man. You really want to be number 2. Number 2 means the guy with the ball and then you going over the top, and that's what Rivers is doing.
Shot won't fall. It's still a 3-point game with 2:19 left.
There's again Smart backing away from. See how he plays off? Rivers really has that great first step. You can't check him close.
Sean Connor, and the bank is open late for Connor in South Bend.
Connor, a good shooter, kisses it off the glass. Here comes the screen again. Rivers getting punished.
Cree Smith set it. Rivers picked up to the foul, and the shot will not count.
See, right there, that's a legal screen. he is definitely a legal screen. He is stationary, and as long as he's given, now watching right here comes Alford. Now there's the legal screen. It's a back screen, but he gives Rivers one normal step to get over the top. You must allow the defensive player one normal step. He gives him a step to get over, cannot get over. But I'll tell you, Digger would rather see him on a free throw line than Steve Alford.
He missed it. And now Notre Dame, who is 7 for its last 7 from the floor, has a chance to take the lead for the first time.
Could we have another Saturday miracle? Holtz against the Trojans when it comes from behind. This game has been thus far in control by Indiana, but a basket here will set it rocking.
Scott Hicks was out of bounds as he moved beyond Steve Alford. But boy, he had the opening and he took it in a hurry. Digger knew it.
You didn't have the 45-second clock. Right now, Bob Knight would normally spread the floor, put the ball in Alford's hands, forcing you to foul him. He wants the screen again. He wants the screen again on top. He's calling the screen to the other side.
Just keep doing the same thing very well. That's Bob Knight's theory.
And now he pops him out. So he pops the screener out, using him as a passer.
Alford has 22, but he hasn't scored in the last 4 minutes until now.
Oh, what a great call by Bob Knight. He calls Smith to step out as a passer. He runs Alford off the baseline where Notre Dame has not seen him because he's been exclusively on top. Credit that to the design of the master himself, the general, Mr. Knight.
Digger Phelps wanted a timeout, but after the shot fell, not then. We do have a timeout. Here's Alford without the ball.
Look at him run without the ball across the baseline. There he is, constant motion. Notre Dame really doesn't have to look at the screen right there by Meyer. And look at the head fake. He uses the head fake, the ball fake, squares his body, a picture-perfect shooter.
The guys are counting on me.
Gotta go.
Just one night.
Just one night.
Nice pants.
Nice pants.
Nice pants.
Hi.
Nice pants. What have they been?
Presenting Dockers Go Khaki with Stain Defender.
See?
We should change before we pick up the girls.
Okay.
Chevy Avalanche. It changes from a pickup to an SUV.
What are you doing?
Avalanche, like a rock.
Here you go, sir. Domino's new Buffalo Chicken Kickers.
Wow, real baked chicken delivered right to my door. You must be pulling my leg.
No, sir. That would be your dog.
Introducing Domino's Pizza Buffalo Chicken Kickers. Tender cuts of all-white chicken breast with a kick of spicy buffalo flavor baked through and through. 10 pieces for $5.99.
Man, that's good chicken.
Get the door and get a kick out of dinner tonight. Now get an order of Cinesticks free when you buy a large one-topping pizza for $9.99.
I am a member of my nation's chosen few. I will be swift, silent, and invisible. I will be the master of the enemy. I will shoot him before he shoots me. I will protect my brother, or he will protect me. I will never surrender. I will fight to the death, so that others may live in peace. I am a ghost.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. Rated M for mature.
The world's only personalized razor with 9 adjustable comfort settings. New Norelco Spectra. Set it for comfort.
Guys, face it. The mall is not the place where anyone is going to find the perfect gift for you. Because the best gift that your wife or your girlfriend or sister or mother could get you is a subscription to Sports Illustrated. Now, remember this number. 1-800-ALL-STAR. Tell them to call it. You could call. You get a free SI fleece and 2003 Sports Almanac with every gift subscription. They won't find it here. They'll find it here. And here. 1-800-ALL-STAR. Woo! Yeah. Okay.
1 minute is left. Indiana leading by 3. And a lot of percussion coming in this ball game late. And don't forget, we'll have plenty of toe-to-toe action inside the ring with Top Rank Boxing coming up immediately following our game. And there is David Rivers and his counterpart Alford. It's almost an Alford versus Rivers offensive theory we're seeing here in the last couple of minutes.
Basically right now we're going to see, I think, by Notre Dame, they're going to try to get the ball in the hands of three-point play now in basketball. Right now, Digger's got to possibly think of an inside-outside action. Yeah, they have not shot the ball well at all from three-point land. They don't utilize it. They don't have those kind of shooters, basically.
Those are the 5 that are in the game right now as well. And we're told Donald Royal has a slight muscle tear. You can watch for the newspaper clippings in the next week or so to see when and if Donald Royal returns.
Watch Sean Connor. He's a good shooter. They might pop him out. They might go to his option if they take Rivers. They're going to try to reverse the ball to Rivers, isolate him.
Just a two-pointer off the front iron. And that was a shot Digger Phelps won.
They say, where are you? Oh, what a bad play. Hicks. Oh, what a great play by Hicks, but a bad play by Sport. Game was ready to be iced to put in the hands of Alford. They can run down the clock. They got to get it in Alford's hands.
30 seconds are left. No shot clock now.
Notre Dame's got to come out and play him. There's no shot clock. Digger's trying to get him out. They got to extend defensively. They got to come out. There they do. They come out.
Now they don't have to shoot. Now Alford is the steady man at the line. He'll keep it. There's the foul on Hicks.
An offensive player, Tim, can keep a ball for 12 seconds if he's closely guarded. He can hold the ball for 4, he can dribble it for 4, and he can hold it for another 4. So he can have the ball if closely guarded for a 12-second cycle. This is not the guy that you would love to see on a line. And this is what it's all about for Indiana. 300 free throws a day. That's what this kid does. Comes in the gym while everybody's at the beach during the summer, works on his shooting, runs. He's going to call a timeout to make him definitely think about it, but I don't think it'll bother him. No, he's not going to use the timeout.
8 for 8 so far tonight.
It's automatic, Tim. He's got the great release, the confidence, the concentration. Learned it from his dad, Sam, an outstanding free throw shooter, led the nation as a free throw shooter himself.
No one feels better than Steve Alford, perhaps only Bob Knight, realizing that Alford will toe the line with 11 seconds left and with a 2-point lead.
The Maglite flashlight. We could go on and on why Maglite is one of the world's most durable flashlights. Or we could just hit it with a Mack truck.
They were 4 guys going nowhere until a dream took them on the road to glory. Dennis Quaid in a real classic, Breaking Away. 9 Eastern Sunday on ESPN Classic.
The Life of a Legend, The Price of Victory. Friday on ESPN Classic.
He believed that players played best when driven to the edge.
The premiere of Sports Century Paul Bear Bryant. And Saturday on ESPN.
We're going to work now.
ESPN Original Entertainment presents The Junction Boys. Sports Century Paul Bear Bryant. Friday, 8 p.m. on ESPN Classic. The Junction Boys. Saturday, 9 p.m. on ESPN.
2 Western Conference rivals, one unbelievable ending. If you missed the Lakers' thrilling comeback against the Mavericks, here's your chance to see this instant classic. 9 p.m. Friday, only on ESPN.
How much money do you owe today? $4,000? $6,000? Over 10? Credit card bills? Personal loans?
How long has it been? Feel any better than last month? The month before?
The plain and simple is life adds up. The answer is you don't have to just deal with it.
You can do something about it now, today, which could make every day better and bring you closer to becoming debt-free.
Call or visit for Care One Credit Counseling right now.
It won't cost you a penny. There are no upfront fees. It's a non-profit service.
Our guarantee is that we will treat every person with honesty, understanding, and respect.
Humility, humanity, and caring.
If you allow us to help, and you do your part, you will lower your monthly bills.
You'll feel better right away, and you'll be on your way to becoming debt-free.
You can do it. Care One will help.
Don't put it off any longer. Don't wait until it hurts. Raise your hand up, say no more, and make the call or visit online today.
Care One for you.
6 dead.
Here's the big free throw right now, and Digger set up strategy, what he'd like to get offensively. Set the scenario, 11 seconds.
And another timeout. This one called by Knight so he can set up some defense here.
Boy, is Mr. Alford intense on the sideline, too. I mean, he's pumping that fist here on the bench, and we got a 3-point game, and now let's go down the other end. You got 11 on the clock. You got to think 3. If you're thinking 3 and you're Notre Dame, I believe you got to think Sean Connor. Watching him shoot in a pre-practice, he seems to have the range, number 1, the touch, number 2, and I believe they'll try to get some penetration out of Rivers, get some help, and kick the ball to Connor.
Hicks is also a streaky outside shooter, but you're right. If you're looking for a consistent shot, it may be Connor. Let's listen into Digger here.
He's saying you got a lot of time, and he's trying to get the confidence and give him awareness what's on the floor. Interesting strategy on the other end. Do you foul and make him go to the line one-on-one, convert the 2, and get the ball, and have confidence you could throw the ball in bounds and run down the clock? There's some thinking to be done right now by Bob Knight.
You talk about great basketball. You and Mike Patrick last night had a dandy at Pauley Pavilion. Now we come here, another great one. We're only barely into December, Coach.
I would definitely, as I said, I would go to Sean Connor to shoot that 3-point play. Statistics may not bear it out that he's their best long-range shooter, but I really believe, watching him, as I said earlier, he's the guy to go to. But right now, if you're Bob Knight, what about the foul? What about fouling, making him go to the free throw line? Let him kill some time, bringing the ball up, and maybe apply some pressure. He fouls, go to the line. He's got to convert the one-on-one to get it to 1 point. It's interesting strategy.
Notre Dame now has no timeouts remaining. After Digger Phelps saw Indiana's defense set up, he called another timeout. So they have 11 seconds left, and they have an opportunity to tie the game.
Tim, I'd like to also point out the danger factor of fouling once they put the ball in play and they try to attack. Now, you just don't go foul deliberately, but I'm saying you put some pressure, and if you do foul, the danger of him going to the free throw line is if he converts one and on a miss, you got a tip in, which can happen. So again, it's a decision the coach has to make, but now you got the 3-point play that alters your decision from that sideline if you're Bob Knight.
Top-ranked boxing coming up next, but right now the heavyweight battle is between Rivers, Alford, Notre Dame, Indiana, Knight, and Digger Phelps.
Bob said today, I'd hate to have my kids get beat by that Mickey Mouse 3-point play. As we look at Sean Connor, a good shooter, I'd hate to have them get beat by that after playing a good basketball game. And right now, see, he's going to a little press full court just to make it difficult for Notre Dame to get the ball up the floor. Use some time. They're going to use some time. They're going to Connor. Hey, my scouting report. Oh!
And there's a foul. It's 1-1 now for Cree Smith on the other end with 3 seconds left. And Scott Hicks picked up the foul. But Connor got the shot in 3-point land. He was defended well, though.
It's a good shot, though. I mean, this is, like I said, a shot. He squares his body. He's got to look at the rim. He's up. Good form. He's watching. He says, please go down. Comes up, nothing but iron. And there's the foul by Jameer Jackson.
Smart did all that he could, and that's get the hand in his face. Scott Hicks fouled out with 18 points. A good performance for him, particularly in the second half. So now Cree Smith goes to the line.
Anytime you get a win on the road, especially here in Convocation Center, you're achieving something for your season. It builds confidence, especially in young people like Smart and like Garrett. They're young in basketball terminology. Their first year playing collegiate basketball after a junior college first 2 years.
Phelps wants to get Jameer Jackson down low. Only Rivers and Stevenson are on the free throw line.
It's academic if it goes down here on a free throw. There's no way. He's got himself a W.
And Cree Smith connects, and a timeout called by Bob Knight.
It'll be a nice ride back to Bloomington, Indiana. He'll enjoy this W. I'll tell you something. He just loves getting a W.
Donald Royal You have to wonder what would or could have been had he been in the last 8 minutes and 45 seconds of this game.
He was such a force on the offensive boards, Ted. He was really aggressive, especially here early in the second half, and he sparked the comeback. I never really felt the crowd in the game, especially once Indiana got the lead. Even though Notre Dame came back, the crowd has been very, very quiet here tonight.
UNLV and Memphis State coming up on Friday night, live 10 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN, and we'll have Gene Cady in the studio, the fine coach of the Boilermakers of Purdue, that other team from Indiana.
He says, hey, move over, Bob Knight. And Digger Phelps, it's my time to be a star. I'm coming on the scene. You get rid of Jack Nicholson and Paul Newman of the coaching fraternity. I'm the new star.
At the buzzer, the shot doesn't fall, and that does it. Notre Dame loses to Indiana 67-62. Dick, good to be with you again.
Great to be with you, Tim, and I thought an outstanding job by both clubs defensively, but it really got down to a situation where I thought Steve Alford early, his shooting gave Indiana the start and the lead that they needed.
So the General gets another win for Dick Vitale and Bob Lee. This is Tim Brando saying so long from the Athletic and Convocation Center in South Bend, Indiana.